Amber, are you?
Check.
Good evening, everyone. We're super excited you're here with us this evening. We're going to go ahead and call board and into meeting, and we're going to go ahead and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you very much. We'll go ahead and move on to roll call. Ms. Palacios.
Governing Board President, Dr. John Sparks. Here. Governing Board Clerk, Sherry Lowe. Here. Governing Board Member, Denise Reese. Here. Governing Board Member, Raul Rodriguez. Here. Governing Board Member, Nicole Warner. Absent. District Administration Superintendent, Dr. Manuel Valenzuela.
Present.
Assistant Superintendent, Scott Downs.
Present.
Assistant Superintendent Brett Bonner, absent. Chief Financial Officer Huey. Here.
Thank you very much. We'll go ahead and move on to approval of the agenda as posted. Dr. Valenzuela.
Yes, sir. Thank you, President Sparks, members of the board. At this time, I do recommend approval of the revised agenda as it is presented.
Thank you very much. Recommendation. Motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Thank you very much. We'll go ahead and move on to approval of the minutes as revised. Dr. Valenzuela.
Yes, sir. President Sparks, members of the board, you have in your packet draft copies of the minutes from the regularly scheduled meeting of the governing board way back on December 7th, 2022, and also the written public notice about the attendance of a quorum or more of the board at the Arizona School Board Association annual conference, which took place December 14th through the 16th. And after your review and consideration of those documents, once again, I do recommend approval as presented.
Thank you very much. We have a recommendation for approval of the minutes. Do I have?
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Thank you very much. We'll go ahead and move on to ratification of vouchers. Ms. Huey.
Good evening. Tonight, I recommend payroll vouchers number 13 and 14, new payroll 17 and 18 for total payroll approval of $9,643,364.21. Additionally, I recommend expense vouchers 1051 through 1058, new expense vouchers 1065 through 1068 for total expense vouchers of $8,933,520.05 for a grand total of ratification and new vouchers of $18,576,884.26.
Thank you very much, Ms. Huey. We have the ratification of the vouchers for us. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Thank you very much. I think, Ms. Hugh, I appreciate you bringing that every week. I think we do this every meeting. I don't know if people know what vouchers are or ratifying vouchers, but I think it's important that that's how we as a district authorize you to spend certain chunks of money throughout the year. Is that a good way to put it?
That's a perfect way
And
to
then
put
you
it.
go back and we approve it after you
Absolutely.
spend it. So,
Thank you very much.
yeah, thank you. So all those in favor say, no, any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Thank you very much. All right. We will go ahead and move on to Superintendent report. Dr. Valenzuela.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Dr. Sparks, members of the board. I have just a few items to highlight this evening. We always begin with our enrollment report. And as you can see, there's quite a lot of green up there. We are up 14 students from the last meeting of the board a couple of weeks back. That's 6,335. And I would note that that does align with budgetary planning and projections as made this year. You can see the trend graph, and as I always like to point out on that other graph, that I I forgot which color is which, but the this year line is higher than the last year line, which is, there you go, the blue line's higher than the orange one, which is, again, reflective of our vision and our planning efforts to try and grow and move slowly and steadily forward in a very methodical manner. So we like to see this kind of data. A couple of things just to highlight. One, I always like to highlight the success of our alum. And one of our students from the, I think it's Walden class of 2019 or 18. When did Christina's son graduate? 18. Clayton Anderson is studying creative writing at the University of Arizona and was recently published in the Emma National Literary Publication, which is a national publication. And whenever our students succeed, and we see them succeed in fine arts, in writing, in math, in ROTC, in sports, they really make Sahuarita shine. So we're very, very proud of Clayton, and he's graduating this May with his bachelor's in creative writing. I'd also like to let you know that I had an amazing opportunity last week to attend a special event along with my colleague at the Pima County JTED, Pima Community College. Chancellor Lambert was there, as was another friend of Sahuarita, Mr. Jim Click. And they launched a program that we've been trying to get in Southern Arizona for a long time. It's called the Ford Asset, and it's from Ford Corporate in Detroit. And what they do is in assigned places, they partner with local dealerships and schools and community colleges, and they identify promising young men and women who show promise and desire for careers in automotive technology. They provide a state-of-the-art facility. If you've never seen it, Pima Downtown Speedway and Stone, they have this like state-of-the-art automotive training facility, and these students, 18 of them, this first cadre, they receive 2 years of an associate's degree education, all paid for. They work on state-of-the-art vehicles, equipment. They learn from the best people. And as Mr. Click said, and I was with him when he said, he goes, all y'all have jobs, and good paying ones, and ones with a long-term future and opportunity for growth. Those three young men, I think it's Angel, Travis, and Cameron. Angel, I think, and Travis are Sahuarita High graduates. Angel was, I think, class of 22. Travis was class of 21. And Cameron, on the left there, he graduated from Walden Grove, I think, also in 21. And of the 18 young people who are in this first class for Ford Asset in our region, 3 of them are from Sahuarita Unified School District. So we are super, super proud of them. And I think with that, it concludes my report for this evening. Thank you, President Sparks.
Thank you very much. We'll move on to governing board reports, and we'll go ahead and Ms. Reese.
I don't have a report this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Lowell.
It's been a crazy couple of weeks, and it's just been encouraging with all the updates that all the schools give us on their social media account, which I like to encourage so that we know what's going on, and the invitations that we received. In addition to some of the stuff that we do within the school, we also get to speak at community events, and 5 was doing a citizenship in the community merit badge, and so they needed a community leader to speak, so I was asked to go, and hopefully these kids will be future board members, and it was a delight to go visit them. So I thought I'd show a picture of our up-and-coming community volunteers. So that's it for my report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Rodriguez.
I attended a ceremony that was presented here at the auditorium. It was the Military Order of the World Wars. It was the 37th annual Sahuarita Massing of the Color Service of Remembrance. It was conducted by the Sahuarita Navy Junior ROTC and the Rio Rico High School Army Junior ROTC. Brad Roberson, commander of the Sahuarita High School Junior ROTC, was recognized and received a plaque from the Vice Commander-in-Chief. They had a great keynote speaker that gave a very inspiring and personal speech about how the military turned his life around. And that's something I really want our children to hear as a product of the greatest military branch known to mankind, a Marine, no bias here. I can attest to that message of what the military can do for us, no matter what career path we end up taking. The values, discipline, and work ethic you gain from the military easily transfers to any field you choose. I thought that was a great message for the kids to hear. That's it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I always enjoy it when there's lots of people in the room. I appreciate you all being here this evening. And I think the massing of the colors, I think a lot of people in our community don't know it exists. And it happens every year in this month. And if you've never been, it's a pretty cool thing to see all of the military flags from the United States. And it's not just the Army and the Marines, the Navy and the Air Force, right? There's a fair number of other ones. And it's a pretty cool event. And I think we're one of the few places, I think, in Southern Arizona that still does it. And we've been doing it annually for a long, long time. So put that in your databanks if you enjoy, kind of military presentations and kind of history. It's a really cool opportunity. I invite you to go to that next year. I know they always love it when young people show up and come. Lots of people to talk to. But that really is all I wanted to say, because I saw that it was going on this week. And I hope everybody stayed warm in that kind of very cold Southern Arizona snap that we had. No pipes broke, which I'm grateful for, that I know of. So, but thank you. And we'll go ahead and move on to recognition. And Valenzuela, I think we'll start with community. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Thank you again, Dr. Sparks, members of the board. One of the unique, special factors, traditions, culture that I love about being a part of this district and the legacy of this board over many years is that a big focus of our school board meetings is celebrating the amazing accomplishments of the people, our students, our staff, our community. And we never run out of stuff to celebrate because our people are doing amazing things, as we're going to see this evening. And I'm really grateful that I recently received a notification from the State School Boards Association reminding me that this is School Board Appreciation Month, because these folks celebrate kids, they celebrate staff members, they are champions of this work we do in public education. And I think it's worthy to take a moment to say thank you and to appreciate governing boards. Here's just a few simple factoids. Number one, governing boards are a vital part of the American public schools and the history of public education in our great country. Number two, governing boards are elected public officials. They are representatives of their community in terms of overseeing schools. Number three, governing boards oversee big deals. They oversee the big decisions. They oversee the policies. They oversee the approval of our budget. It's a tremendous responsibility to be an elected representative of your community and to serve behind this dais. One of the pillars of our American public school system is this idea of local control. Our schools are governed by local communities, by people who live, work, send their kids to our schools. And I think that's pretty special. And that's a unique, special part of our country. It's not like that everywhere. So we're grateful. And the other thing that maybe some people know, some people don't, is that to me, it's one of the most altruistic forms of public service. It's not paid. It is totally volunteer service. And it's a significant amount of investment of time and effort. And I think if you talk to these good folks, they would tell you that they do it. It's a labor of love because they care about the cause and the impact. So we would like to take a moment to say thank you to first we'll begin with our current board, of course, Dr. Sparks, Mrs. Lowell, Ms. Reese, Mr. Rodriguez, and Ms. Warner, who's not here this evening. And before, we do have some little, we have some thank you cards, and we have some little goodie bags with Sahuarita blue balloons, because we wouldn't have it any other way. But we also have a couple of videos I'd like to watch. First, Dr. Sparks serves on the state board of the association, the ASBA, and he didn't know this, but I was going through there and I saw a clip, and we took just a segment of a clip that he made about the importance of boardsmanship. And then one of our schools, SDPA, our Digital Pathways Academy, had some kids send some messages of appreciation to our board. So why don't you roll both of those, please, Amber?
Why I became a school board member. I really did feel why I became a school board member. I really did feel compelled to represent my community and do my part to help ensure a quality education for all children. You know, whether they have ADHD like I did, whether they have other struggles, or they don't have any. I mean, it's, you know, I owe a lot to public education. You really have to be in this for kids. If you're in it for an agenda or something you feel, you know, just some personal position, this is way more than just a single item. I represent children of just about every mix of socioeconomic demographic you can think of. Really trying to make decisions and be supportive, not only to our school administrators and teachers, but the community, so that we can provide that opportunity for all children in Sahuarita, where I live.
Hello to the Sahuarita School District Governing Board. Ms. Smith's K1 class from SDPA would like to show you a few videos to show our thanks for all you do. And here they are.
Thank you, school board. Thank you for making our school better. Thank you. Thank you for making our school so cool. From Allison. Thank you for coming to watch my video. So, I'm going to be reading my card that we made together in class. Here's the front page. There's a big balloon right there. Right there. So, what I said, here it is. Thank you for making our school better. I love school. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. From Skynet. Dear Sahuarita School Board, thank you for making our school better. Thanks for all you do. From Cristobal. Thank you.
Hello to the Sahuarita School District Governing Board. Ms.
With the support of the current board, to acknowledge a former board member. Kevin Opalka just completed his 4-year term of faithful service on the SUSD board from 2019 to 2022. And I think by any criteria, Kevin shared his time, wisdom, and his expertise in dedicated service to our community. I think it's fair to say that he chaired the board as president during arguably one of the most challenging eras in American public school history, and that's navigating the American public school in the era of the pandemic. It was just a challenging time. And Kevin always did it with conviction, with courage, with patience, and with focus on trying his best to make the best decisions in support of children, staff, and community. So, Kevin Opalka, we have a goodie bag for you too with notes and all kinds of goodies from kids and a special plaque that I will read real quickly here. It says, "Thank you for your service, Kevin Opalka, Sahuarita Unified School District Governing Board member, January 1, 2019 to December 31, 2022. We humbly thank you, Kevin. Come on down. So, why don't you go ahead and hold that, and Amber's going to take a picture. Oh, we're good. Yeah. Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you, Dr. Valenzuela. I think we'll now move on to, by the way, I think I speak for everybody. Thank you for the kindness. I think all of us are a little shy of that. I don't think any of us do this to be in the spotlight. So thank you. But we'll move on to staff member recognition. Thank you.
I tell you, this is very special how we do school boards here. We take care of the business, but we never miss an opportunity to celebrate incredible people. And we start with another dedicated member of our support staff team. I don't know if you all realize, I had to think about this the other day. We have about 860 employee team members in the Sahuarita Unified School District, and about 435, so like about half of them, are dedicated members of our support staff team. And these are folks that provide instructional support, operational support, administrative support, and they're a vital part of helping us deliver our mission with excellence. So it is truly an honor to highlight another employee team member who demonstrates in her daily actions the ideals of our vision of excellence. And I turn it over to Mr. Downs for the honors, sir.
Yes, thank you very much.
And Ms. Reese is doing the presentation this evening.
Thank you, Dr. Valenzuela. It is my pleasure to read this nomination from Louise Sines, the Sahuarita Intermediate School and the Sahuarita Intermediate School team, which includes teaching supervisor Kathy Weaver. They have nominated Mary Farrell as the Sahuarita Unified School District Support Staff Member of the Month. Congratulations, Mr. Sines writes. She's a great example of our Bobcat family because she truly cares about her students. She's able to constantly work with her team to provide an individual support needed to make her students successful. Mary is flexible and always willing to aid to any of her ER students on campus. Even on the most difficult days, Mary is attentive to the needs of her students and communicates with her supervisors and administration the needs of her students. She helps promote a safe learning environment for all students at SIS by being aware of her students' emotions and feelings. She is a valued member of the SIS family because she is committed to the students, the success of her students. Here's a statement from Ms. Kathy Weaver, Mary's direct supervisor. Mary is a great collaborator and is willing to do what it takes to help her students. She is willing to shift her schedule to meet the needs of another student if necessary. She has a positive and encouraging attitude. She is kind and considerate. She is willing to do the extra tasks after students leave to help get materials ready for the next day. She is the only one in the extended resources room that can laminate without breaking the laminator. It only took us 3 times to figure that out. But again, congratulations to Mrs. Mary Farrell, Support Staff Member of the Month. Come on down, Mary.
President Sparks, if I may, I'll proceed to another favorite tradition here in the Sahuarita Unified School District, and that is celebrating the amazing young people that we are honored to serve and to teach in our schools. This, of course, is our very special Leader in Character Award, and I begin, as I often do, by saying thank you, parents, thank you, grandparents, aunts, uncles, all of you who are here. We know that those values are taught, modeled, and reinforced first and foremost in the home. Thank you for stressing and modeling and teaching the fact that character counts and that citizenship matters, and it's part of the educational process. These are students that have been nominated by their schools for setting school-wide examples of excellence in their daily actions, and by doing so, serving as role models in their own right and positive examples, leaders, if you will, by their example, for all of their peers, all of the staff, and the community in general. And so we honor you with great humility and appreciation. When your name is called, we have some tokens of the recognition. First and foremost is the honor of what you do every day and the importance and the appreciation that we have for what you do. We also have a very nice certificate. We have a letter, and I believe we have a gift card for a bookstore, Barnes & Noble, I think, so that you can buy books and remember and celebrate your success and keep reading, because as I always say, readers are leaders, so keep on reading. So we will begin with our Leaders in Character. When your name is called, please come down. Again, Mrs. Reese will present you your award, and she'll kind of guide you across the front here. We kind of have the routine now. We use the steps to set you up over there. And then when everybody is up here, Mrs. Woods will take a picture and we give it to the newspaper so that you can be recognized publicly in our local paper so that everybody can know how amazing you are. So let's get this going, as we always do, with our Leader in Character from Sahuarita Elementary School. Congratulations, first grader Alina Arayin. Congratulations, Alina. We are very proud of you. Alina's in first grade in Sahuarita, and we are proud. We will move on while Alina's coming down to our two students from Anza Trail. Again, there's two at Anza because there's a middle school and there's an elementary. And we'll begin with another first grader. Anza Trail Leader in Character for the elementary grades, Brody Harp. Come on down. Congratulations to Brody. And we will now recognize our middle school level Leader in Character from Anza Trail School. Congratulations, Colton Davis. Colton. And now we are proud to recognize the Leader in Character from Sahuarita Primary School. We congratulate Sofia Vidal. Sofia. I don't see Sofia, so we'll make sure she is recognized. And we will move right along to Sahuarita Intermediate School, where our distinguished Leader in Character is fourth grader Haley Thorpe. Haley. We now move, as I say, across the street to Copperview Elementary School, where our Leader in Character is a second grader. Congratulations, Anthony Molina. Anthony. And as Anthony makes his way down, we'll go to Wrightson Ridge K-8 School, where again we have two honorees. Our first one is fourth grader Alexis Ortega. Alexis. And also from Wrightson Ridge, we have a 7th grade student as their middle school leader in character. Congratulations, Kayla Naranjo. Come on down. Congratulations, Kayla. You're wise to navigate the steps carefully. I have to do it myself. Okay, we are now at Sahuarita Middle School, where we have a very special 8th grader to recognize. Their leader in character is Ryler Hinkle. Congratulations. They look great over there with those certificates. And we're going to add to the group by recognizing our leader in character from Sahuarita High School, who is a freshman. Congratulations, Justin Martin. Congratulations, Justin. And we go on to Walden Grove High School, where our leader in character is a senior, the other end of the high school continuum. Congratulations, Joseph Miranda. Joseph. I don't see Joseph, so again, we'll make sure that Joseph is recognized. And we round out this evening's honorees for leader in character with our leader in character from our newest school, our fully online, fully accredited Sahuarita Digital Pathways Academy. Congratulations, Miguel Burgueño. Miguel. While they're getting their pictures taken, first of all, parents, if you'd like to come down and take your own picture to share with grandma, relatives out of state, or post on Facebook or whatever, come on down. And while you're doing that, I just want to tell you that we've had this program for about 15 years, and I can't help but tell you how amazing these students have shined as they go on their education. Please continue to encourage, love, motivate, persuade, and help them to continue being the best that they can possibly be. The students that have gotten this award have been recognized, have gone to some of the finest colleges in the United States. They've distinguished themselves in athletics, academics, fine arts. They're in law school, they're in medical school. They're doing amazing things, and I think their character is a big part of that. So thank you for celebrating, sharing, recognizing them, and continue to encourage them to be the best that they can be. Let's give them all a round of applause. And parents, of course, you're more than welcome to stick around for the rest of the meeting, but we also understand that there's homework and other things, things that need to be done. So we just know we totally understand if you need to take this opportunity to exit and head for home. Thank you for making time to be with us. Have a wonderful evening, and congratulations. Thank you, sir.
Okay, we'll go ahead and no call to publics this evening, so we'll go ahead and move on to new business under instruction. 50th year.
Oh, I'm
celebration.
telling you,
Dr. Ellsworth.
the celebration, the success, and the positive energy just keeps going forward. So I want to, before I introduce our guest, I'd like to tell you just a snapshot of Cognia. Cognia is a national, regional accreditation body. They do a lot of things. They do professional development, they do assessment work, but if you ask most people in the education community, they're known for accreditation of schools. Previously, they were known by other names, Advanced Ed. Those of us that are a little more gray would remember them as the North Central Association. And their job has always been to support quality practice in schools. I would say they've evolved over time, and our guest can clarify if I'm saying this accurately, but in the beginning of my career, which now spans significantly more than 3 decades, it was more focused on transactional and measurement, library books and square footage and, more transactional stuff. Now they're really focused on continuous improvement and a continuous process of planning, checking what you're doing, evaluating what's going well, what needs to be improved, and then acting on that. And it's like a continuous improvement cycle. I'm pleased to say that both of our high schools not only are accredited, but if you want a little bit of Sahuarita trivia, on the way out of here, you can look at the plaque that commemorates the building of this structure, and you'll see the name of I guess my predecessor, several removed. It's a superintendent, Dr. Kenneth Gose. Dr. Gose, who was the superintendent in the I think it was in the 70s, went on to become the national executive director of the North Central Association. So I'm not surprised that Sahuarita has a long legacy of involvement in prioritizing accreditation and continuous improvement. But I didn't know until I got a call from Dr. Krista Anderson, who is a fellow educator, most recently was the superintendent up in the Maricopa County area, and now she serves as the director of the Mountain Region for Cognia. And she informed me that Sahuarita High School has been an accredited school for 50 years. That's almost as old as me. So that's something to celebrate. Dr. Anderson, I'd like to turn it over to you. You can approach the podium if you'd like for any remarks and presentation. We also have Principal John Knoip from the current principal of Sahuarita High School to share in the honors.
To work as well.
All right, good.
We're going to get to this. There we go.
So your description of Cognia and the work that we do is spot on. We do not count books. We don't do the binders anymore. We're really looking at that continuous improvement journey and really focusing on the work that you're already doing. We don't ask you to make up work or to do these things that are not within the path of your own continuous improvement journey. And in fact, both of your schools are scheduled for accreditation reviews in the 24-25 school year. So at this time next year, they'll be going through orientations and getting the materials and get ready for that journey. So I am Krista Anderson. I have been a part of Cognia for the last 18 months. I've been a part of public education for 29 years in Arizona. I'm very grateful. About 18 months ago, I joined this organization, and what really has been my joy is actually coming out and visiting schools across Arizona. You know, being in the metropolitan Phoenix area, that was my bubble. And so since then, I've been able to travel across the state, meeting with educators, meeting with superintendents, going to governing board meetings and having celebrations. In fact, Arizona, we had about 13 individuals or schools that were recognized this past year. And actually, Yuma High School hit 100 years. Amphitheater High School, 75, and Sahuarita is at 50. So congratulations on that. But I'm here today to recognize 50 years of commitment to improving learning opportunities for students in Sahuarita High School. Sahuarita High School opened its doors in 1966 and began its accreditation journey in 1972. And now hearing about the predecessor, we now know who probably prompted all of this. Sahuarita High School has grown and evolved over the past 57 years, but its commitment to students and community has stayed strong. As evidenced by the work the school has done to ensure all students' needs are met through the Mustang Power Hour, and an abundance of AP, dual enrollment, and CTE courses that students have options to engage in. Additionally, the variety of programs provided through National Junior ROTC, athletics, clubs, and more have allowed students to explore interest and take ownership in their learning. Sahuarita truly exemplifies continuous improvement through all levels of its work. At Cognia, we measure schools through the lens of 4 key characteristics. The 4 key characteristics that are evident when schools are effectively and productively tending to the performance standards. First, you should witness an environment in which culture is focused on challenges, joys, and opportunities for learning. Second, you should witness leadership focused, dedicated, and committed to learning. Third, you should witness learners engaged productively in learning experiences. And lastly, you should have evidence that learners are growing in learning and in programs and curriculum provided through the institution. Sahuarita High School does all of that in abundance. In fact, the high school's mission captures these attributes. We are success through high standards and expectations and support. Horsepower, choose your pathway. We really are focused on the student learner experiences, and we want them to have agency and ownership of their learning. And I just thought your mission statement just spot on there. Congratulations to Sahuarita High School on 15 years of school accreditation. Go Mustangs. Congratulations.
Dr. Anderson, thank you for coming this evening. And if it would be appropriate, I'd hate to miss the opportunity to take a photograph. So if you all don't mind going up and down, and we'll take a quick picture wherever Amber thinks it's best, down here. And John, if you could come down, and Krista, and I'll squeeze in if you can fit me in too. Thank you. I'll sit on the end, the board members in the middle. Thank you, John. Good, yay. John, hang it proudly. Hang it proudly. Thank you so much. Please drive safely, and we'll be talking.
Thank you very much. Please drive safely. We'll go ahead and move on to new business, public auction items. Dr. Valenzuela.
Yes, sir, President Sparks, members of the board. I know that by this time you've become rather accustomed to these. I can tell you this time the list is actually pretty modest. It's pretty small of things that we're asking to be declared fit for public auction. I think it's some furniture and equipment, maybe chairs, desks, I think even a few framed pictures or something like that. So after your review of the not very extensive long list, I'd recommend your approval of this item as designation for public auction.
Thank you very much. We have a recommendation. Do we have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Thank you very much. Dr. Valenzuela, we'll go ahead and move on to item B under new business, the guaranteed maximum price for the SHS Walden Grove High School expansion.
Yes, sir. Thank you, President Sparks, members of the board. You notice in the agenda item, there's I guess you'd call it hashtag, the number 1. And not only does that mean that we believe our schools are number one, but this is the first of what will probably be multiple GMPs, or guaranteed maximum price. We've, for years, for my entire tenure and even before, we've engaged in this construction management at risk, which is a real collaborative, partnership-oriented approach to construction and building schools. It's very trust-oriented. And so this evening, what we're addressing is something that is also very exciting, is we along with our district's partners, our architects at Swayman Associates, and our construction contractor partners at Core Construction, of which we have 3 individuals here with us this evening. We have Ryan Knapp and Fred Knapp and Nathan Chamberlain from Core Construction. And with their partnership, we are engaged in a really exciting project at Sahuarita High School and at Walden Grove High School. We are using funds which we've procured and which are being invested by the lion's share, the overwhelming lion's share, from the state of Arizona, along with support from the Pima County Joint Technical Education District. And of course, we're a partner as well. But together, we're expanding the capacity of Walden Grove High School and Sahuarita High School to enhance our ability to serve about 400 more students, roughly. So to expand our space. And you remember the presentation last meeting from Scott about the very methodical process to customize the planning and the fit and the use of those dollars to meet the unique needs of each high school. And so this first guaranteed maximum price is the first phase of this project. As I'll read shortly, the total for this piece together for both schools is less than $2 million. It's like 1.8. But what this encompasses, as I've been briefed, is the items that have to be purchased with a longer lead time and the basic elements that are required to get this project off the ground. I kind of, when I always simplify stuff like this, and the way I likened it, it's kind of like you need to buy the basic pieces of the erector set so that you can put the pieces together, and then you fill it in. And you'll notice, because the projects are different based on that planning process, it appears that the numbers of dollars are different. The projects are, as you remember from Scott's presentation, Mr. Down's presentation, in terms of scope, square footage, capacity to serve numbers of students, they're very similar. They are uniquely different. For example, the Sahuarita one has a much larger volume of surface area and space, and so their erector set's going to be bigger. And so on this phase, they're going to require more stuff than Walden, but the overall scope of the projects are very much with parity and equitability. So I wanted to mention that you have the packet with the always very professional, organized, and detailed components that have been presented by our core team. But the basic, pardon the pun, the nuts and bolts of it is that the guaranteed maximum price that is recommended this evening for Sahuarita High School is $1,490,306, and for Walden Grove, it's $155,811. Again, it's largely building systems, materials, bracing, joists, roofs, walls, steel. These are stuff that have to be customized and fabricated for this specific project. So that is the guaranteed maximum price, and after your review and consideration, I'd like to recommend your approval of this first phase guaranteed maximum price for both Walden Grove and Sahuarita High Schools as presented.
Thank you very much. We have a recommendation. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? I think we have everybody here if you have questions.
Team is here with smiling faces and ready to answer any questions.
Thank you so much for coming.
And I think just from my perspective, so people understand it, this is items like 800 amp service panel. Like, it just takes time to get those things and build them and have them ready. I think maybe there was a time in our history where they was pretty fast, but today, say that again? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Walden Grove, that is a big panel. Is that Walden Grove? Walden Grove. I understand. They both start with W. We probably have an 800 bus panel at Whites and Ridge too. So, those, I think that's important to say publicly so people understand that these are the things that we have to order so far out ahead of time and the world is changing, and this keeps us from bearing the future costs because we buy them now and they're not likely to go down anytime soon, is my
It
understanding.
also keeps us on schedule.
Keeps us on
because
schedule.
The calendar is assuming that late spring, we're going to see dirt moving and stuff coming out of the ground. Right, Ryan?
We are out there starting to put up fencing and starting to move dirt at both campuses.
Very cool. I don't know. I just wanted to say that. So everybody I think we all know what it means, but I think sometimes it's good to say that out loud so people understand why we're spending money up so far up front. We appreciate the effort, I know, to try to keep those costs down, which lets us build more and do more. So no other discussion, no other questions? Okay. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say nay. Thank you very much. Appreciate you all being here. Dr. Realmside, did you have anything else?
No, sir.
Thank you very much. We'll go ahead and move on to item number 11, the consent agenda.
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Valenzuela.
President Sparks, members of the board, you have a list of matters that are considered routine and consent and may be considered in one motion, and I do recommend approval of the comprehensive consent agenda in its entirety at this time.
Thank you very much. We have a recommendation. Do we have a motion?
So moved. Second?
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Okay, seeing no discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Thank you very much. Do we have any discussion of possible future agenda considerations? Okay. So we'll go ahead and establish the next board meeting, which will be February 8th, 2023 here in this building. And there's no executive session this evening, so may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Thank you very much. Thank you all for being here this evening.